Hey everyone, the greatest goblin that ever lived is here to review Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw this movie with my girlfriend Jennifer not too long ago, and I have to say that this was an awesome movie. Very awesome. Now, my girlfriend's dad told me that he thinks it's better than the Avengers was. Um, I can understand if people think that this movie was better than the Avengers. I kind of like the animosity slash friendship between the cast of this particular movie. I like this dynamic relationship between the Guardians more than I did the Avengers. I'll say that. Avengers was an awesome movie. Not perfect, and Guardians of the Galaxy is not perfect either. Any problems I have with this movie is just nitpicks. Other than that, I think it's a fun, awesome, exciting, and very well done movie. And this movie was even better than I thought it was going to be. And I hope that this launches the popularity of this particular team further into orbit in terms of comic book sales, and everything like that. Now, be warned, there may be some minor spoilers in this review. Minor, at best. I will try my best not to spoil a lot. But there are a few things in here that I may ruin for you if you haven't seen this movie yet. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, go see it! Now, like I said, is this movie perfect? No. I mean, I can nitpick about a few things, like why is Gamora's hair red, but I don't really care. I mean, as long as the character is still well done and well developed, I mean, I don't really care if her hair is red or green or black or pink or whatever. As long as what I see is Gamora, then red hair or green hair, I don't care. It works. I guess some people felt, well, if she had green hair, she would look too much like She-Hulk, and I'm like, whatever. The villains in here. Oh boy. You think Ronan the Accuser is the main villain? He kinda sorta is. That is probably the biggest problem I have with this movie, is that there is, honestly, I didn't feel like there was a really truly main antagonist in this movie. You would think, is it Ronan or is it Thanos? I have to say it's Ronan the Accuser in this movie, because he's the villain that the Guardians tangle with. He's the main antagonist, but you see in this movie that he is following Thanos for the most part. He's under Thanos' wing. So that's why I think Ronan is the kinda sorta main villain. Thanos does make an appearance in here. I'm sure everybody already knows that. And Thanos looks awesome in this movie. He looks awesome. And there's a certain something that Thanos is known for that makes its first appearance in this movie. A certain artifact that Thanos is well known for. But we get to see the first remnants of this artifact in here, and I dare not say anything else. The characters, Star-Lord, great leading hero character. He's kind of like that. He's got that smarky attitude, he knows he's could be a good guy, but he's also a scoundrel. He's kind of like the cheap man's Han Solo, if you will, but he's done well. I liked it. Dave Bautista's role as Drax the Destroyer, I buy it. I honestly buy it. Wow, I wasn't expecting much from Bautista, but he sold me. All right, I'm sold. He did a good job. Gamora, Rocket, and Groot, awesome. Rocket and Groot are easily my favorite characters in this movie. Easily. I know that's kind of cheap. Yeah, it's like, oh, everybody loves them. But honestly, how can you not like these two characters? How can you not? I love Rocket's attitude. He's such a smartass, and I love it. There are so many scenes in here where you think you're going to get an emotionally dramatic moment, and Rocket says and does shit in this movie that's like, you're like, oh, Rocket, you bastard, but I love it. It's just good stuff. You know, Drax talks about how he lost his family and how he's swore to make sure they rest in peace, and you think everybody's just going to go, oh, and Rocket's like, oh, boo-hoo. I'm like, God, you bastard. And Vin Diesel, with the limited dialogue he got, I am Groot. He worked. I loved it. Groot had lots and lots of awesome moments in here. Jennifer was just loving Groot, and I don't blame her because I fucking loved him too. He was great. Another thing I have to nitpick about is that Star-Lord Peter Quill, he's taken into outer space when he's a child in the late 80s. Alright, minor spoiler there. And we get to jump 20-something years later. In that span of 20 years, did he ever try to go back to Earth and tell his friends and family down there, it's like, hey, I'm fine, I'm okay. Yes, I was taken by aliens so long ago, but I'm back and I'm fine. We never get any indication of that. No hints at it. You know, it's like I didn't really catch any dialogue that suggested that he did it off screen or you know, in somewhere in the span of that 20-something years. We never got really any indication. That was another problem I had with the movie. But other than that, it was just really good. The soundtrack is incredible, using old school pop and rock music, just great. It somehow strangely fits. It really does. And Star-Lord's pop culture references are dated correctly, because you got to remember, he was taken from Earth in the late 80s. If he never went back to Earth, he doesn't know about any of the trends that happened throughout the 90s and up till today. So, all the pop culture references he did were dated correctly. He didn't spew out any references to stuff that he had really no exposure to because he hasn't been on Earth. There are so many other characters here that I want to talk about, but I don't want to spoil anything. Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead and from Mallrats, he has a specific role in here, and there are certain things that he does in here that I'm not going to ruin, but I will say, oh my God, just really good. I'm standing here gushing about this movie. I apologize for nerding out as I'm talking about this, but a solid, great, fun movie. I liked how it ends between Ronan and the Guardians. A good moment. And also, we get to see some really good friendship development for Rocket and Groot near the end. And when I say that, I mean there's something that happens to one of them that really exemplifies and really exaggerates just how much their friendship, just how strong their friendship is. And I thought that was so well done. A fitting end, a great ending, great action, you know, just all around good movie. And I like that the heroes were not played up as too powerful, or they weren't, you know, the conquering heroes. There were moments where they looked like the underdogs. I loved the use of the Nova Corps in this movie. It was really good. Some surprising actors playing specific roles in here that I wasn't expecting, and I am not going to spoil a damn thing about the after credits scene. My eyes bugged when I saw what I saw at the scene after the credits. I'm not going to say anything, and I don't want anybody in the comment section to spoil it either. Wow. Really? But on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, 1 being crap and 5 being perfect, I have to give this movie a 4.5. The reason I give it a 4.5 is I've already mentioned. There are a few problems, but they're not bad enough to cripple this movie. It's a great movie, a good, fun experience watching this. This was good. So I'd say go check this movie out if you haven't done it yet. It's well worth your time and well worth your money. So there's my review of Guardians of the Galaxy. And I tried my best to keep the spoilers down to a minimal. So let me know what you thought of the movie in the comments. Did you like the movie? Did you hate it? Whatever. Just let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all later.